Hey, 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 howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream where we just hang out with you guys and have some fun. We're going to talk Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, we're going to do a roster review, we're going to do my Grand Arena. Much madness will ensue, and this is what we do in the lunch stream. We'll answer your questions, all that good stuff. If you have a question, pop it in the chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, or we're not going to scoop it up, and that's on you and not us, and we'll miss your question. I don't want to hear any complaining pantses about that. Also, give a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, Patreon, blah, blah, blah. All right, we're here. Let's introduce everybody. Glad to have everybody in chat. Hope you guys are having an excellent day. I'm getting ready to do this, and then I'm going to go run or do my 8 miles, and then I'm going to cry horribly afterwards. And then this week, tomorrow, it'll be the Affinity Lunch Hour stream with everybody because I'm going to Alabama to go help my mom and spend some time with her. And then I will be back until Monday. Excellent. All right, let's introduce the panel of potato heads, and including myself. I am one of those. That is joining me today. Of course, we have the one and only troll extraordinaire, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman.
Grande's still raising his hand.
God dang it, Grande.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that Grande Patron is one short spark plug short of a car engine. Good Lord.
Look, everybody, it's the dum-dum himself, the beardless one, the brown Gandalf, the government Wi-Fi stealer, the French tickler, the chicken chaser, the big deal himself, Grande Pappy, Babyface Patron.
You shut me down while I was in the middle of an epiphany, because we had to start a stream.
Yeah, it's called professionalism. It's called professionalism. No, Grande, it's professionalism. You do this crap all the time. You wait till 11:59 when I'm trying to set up and get the damn stream started to start sprouting off whatever it is. Whether it's brilliant,
it was good. No,
I don't care if
I want to have a fun morning. Can you spell epiphany?
yeah,
epiphany.
Yeah,
epiphany. Epiphany is APIFFANY. Epiphany, like a Tiffany, only with a P.
It's ELEPHANTY.
No. It starts with
oh my god.
APHIFFANY, like Tiffany, but with an epiff in the front. Epiphany.
My morning has been made.
Oh my god. So
there we go. Taz got it right. There it is. AY.
No, that's wrong.
ANY. Epiphany. There we go.
Hey, Epiphany.
Boom shakalaka.
Hey, Epiphany, get over here.
I said, what about it was Epiphanies?
I like Epiphany. I like Epiphany. You know what? That's gonna be some kid's name. I'm sure.
God, Spaceman Tim says Grande was still way closer than I thought he would be.
Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Woo. Good Lord.
Oh, my God.
All right, let's see who else is here that can actually spell. We've got Xylo Takedown with my apprentice.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
You know, I think your apprentice can spell better than Grande at this point in his life. That's pretty sad.
Tiffany. Hey, take everything I say with a grain of salt.
Don't stop it. Stop it.
Grain of salt.
That's not mine. I can't take credit for half of it.
I'm surprised one of your kids isn't named Epiphany.
That's right.
It's a great name, honey. It was at this time Grande's wife slapped him silly. Oh, God. Also join us, we've got Grim the Mechanic.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, welcome. So, that's who we got. Oh, God. I don't even feel like doing anything else after that. I really... Oh, man. Yes, Taz from Rogue One. Oh, my God. All right, so here we go. We are going to do my Green Arena today. The big news yesterday was the reveal of the Revan kit. I'm sure we're going to get questions, so let's just jump ahead of that and get into...
we were talking counters already before the stream started.
I know.
I mean, you interrupted me when I was talking about two great counters.
Here's a tissue since you have an issue. Shut up, Grande. But if you would like to continue your thought, I would love to hear what you were thinking about counters, because my brain has been racking all night thinking of like, I was like, yeah.
So a couple ones. First one that I've kind of been kicking around is, could you possibly have some kind of crew lead Kylo Ren team, because they like health attacks don't do damage on them. So that was one of the ones that I was thinking about.
That, and when fear expires, all of them are gonna gain a crap load of healing.
So
well, let's not forget about his basic that not only removes all buffs, but
I am not naming my next child Epiphany. I'm just telling you.
What's your child's name? Epiphany. No, I mean, what did you name it? And not that you had a child and it was an epiphany, but what's Epiphany?
Yeah, it's her name.
That sounds like a stripper name.
We had
Doesn't
to,
it?
I'm telling you, we named my
Now, welcome on the stage, Epiphany.
Baby Grande's name is Jesus Evil Knievel, because he had to jump 2 gaps in order to get here.
No.
So we call him Jesus Evil Knievel.
No. No, he did not name his child. He did not name
that
his...
story and the sink story. Damn it, Grande, you're bullshit.
I feel bad for I feel bad for his kids. Am I the only one, or am I just...
Dude, they love me. I can't even tell you.
I know. You're a great father, yes.
They laughed so hard whenever we were around.
I know.
Oh, man. No, so Crew Kylo Ren was one of the first teams that I thought about. The second one that we were kind of thinking about is, what if Grievous, right? What if Grievous is the whole reason we have some kind of Grievous rework is to actually counter Darth Revan and not to counter the Jedi. We've said this before. They put the counter meta is already here, right? The counter meta is already here. And so what if that team is here solely for the fact, I mean, imagine this. Fear's going to expire on them as soon as they're damaged, and General Grievous damages the entire team. So it's possible that you're going to remove fear, right? It's also, I don't think B1's in the mix. I think they made a huge mistake in how they did B1. So I think B1's out of it. I think it might be something like L337, and it might be something like actually the newest droid to actually get a ship, T3M4. On the team.
I just don't see it. I was really racking my brain. So I started going through like all the teams, and every time I thought I had something, I was like, nope, that gets shut. That gets shut down. The only thing that we have to know first, though, is going to be the speeds. Because the other thing that people are not.
You're absolutely right. We don't know the speeds. And we've seen some kit reworks, right, for HK, and some.
And
but they
Basla.
might. But here's the other thing too is, they haven't said. And I'm not going to assume, potentially the stats get reworked too at the same time, and they're just not saying.
Could be, yeah. I mean, the thing is, we got to see the speed on this team. That being said, when you look at the combination of HK and Basla, whose kits are just ridiculous now with.
I'll tell you, Blackbeard Premium says, B1 is a step backwards.
No, I don't.
The biggest problem with freaking B1 is 13 hits and he's dead.
Right.
And you cannot do anything to stop it.
Nope.
13 hits, including AoE. This is the problem. Why would you make a character that there's no way that I can get that the character's going to survive past 13 hits? I mean, can you even imagine? I mean, so when you, this is why the Grievous team will never make it on defense with B1. It's so dumb. It is so dumb.
I'll add
Super
something,
squishy.
Grande, is not something that you probably want to hear, but we discussed it before. Do you remember how when mods, I think when it was the original mods was released, we saw a lot of different mod sets that never were introduced into the game? B1 would be a perfect character for evasion mods. So what
I agree.
to start the introduction of additional
Crit
mod sets?
avoidance.
No. Evasion. We're trying to
I'm saying both.
No. Crit avoidance is not going to help him.
It's true. Never mind, I'm retarded.
So, like, make a crit avoidance primary. Like,
no.
Evasion primary.
In order to make him survive more than 13 hits, you have to make sure that he gets missed half the time.
Yeah, so when it comes back to his turn,
crit avoidance. Yeah, that won't matter.
Crit avoidance is going to help him.
He only has 1 hit point.
He has 1 hit point.
It doesn't matter whether he's
we need evasion. We need evasion, and so
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. They done reworked mods already. They're not revisiting mods for another 18.
No. This isn't necessarily reworking them. It's introducing new mods.
Yeah,
new ways of using it.
If they were going to do that,
in development.
If they were going to do that, they would have done it the last time, right? We've got another.
That's not necessarily true.
I'm saying, obviously, here's obviously.
Ships, for example, right? They redid ships, but they really didn't introduce new ships for a long time because when you introduce a new system, you have to wait for it to kind of.
I'm gonna tell you, they're not introducing evasion mods, just like they're not introducing retribution mods, right? It would fundamentally break what happens. I mean, imagine a character. So, first of all, we got some characters that on basic do some really crazy crap. Can you imagine a character like Resistance Trooper with retribution mods? It would break the game, right? You put enough potency and crit chance. You put enough crit chance and enough potency on him, and under a under a Ray lead, and you have him at 100% retribution, and
you're assuming 100%. Maybe the full set is 15%, 5%.
15, 20. You'd break P1, right? And the same thing's true with evasion. We have some characters which on evasion gain like 20% turn meter.
But there's also a bunch of characters that can't be evaded.
I get it, but I'm just saying if we introduced an evasion mod set, we would potentially end up with another where you could mod a character for an infinite loop, right? I mean, we got Old Bennett as evasion leader, and we have Maul as an evasion leader, right? Both of them gain turn meter on evasion on their leader. Pretty sure.
But Maul's is restricted to Sith. But yes.
So you make a full Sith.
Maul's is turn meter and Maul gives speed. Hold on, I'm trying to remember. Maul gives stealth, I think, when you evade.
I thought he gave turn meter too.
He gives turn meter, but I don't remember if that's on evade or whether that's normal. You gain 20.
Let's see here. All Sith allies gain 20% evade.
On the evade.
20% turn meter and stealth for 1 turn at the start of encounter, and whenever they evade or are critically hit.
Okay, yeah, I forgot about the evade part. I knew it was at the start, but I forgot about that one.
And then you got characters like what? Old Ben. I think Old Ben gives turn meter on evade.
Turn meter on evade. Yep.
And it's pretty steep
Chopper
too.
Under an Old Ben with evasion mods. Calling it right now.
Gain 30% whenever they evade an attack. So you
Chopper, and don't forget you don't want necessarily turn meter, so I'm theory crafting right now on the mod set that we don't even know is coming to the game. Dooku lead with Chopper.
Well, let me just tell you. If we got evasion mods, we'd get a post coming back about there's this super powerful leader ability that's been so huge for so long. The Old Ben leader ability is going to have to be modified so he can work with blah 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 and blah blah blah. So we are nerfing this OP leader ability. Thank you, everyone, for your compliance. No, we're not getting evasion mods, and we are not getting.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Grande & Grande Incorporated.
This is CG Grande. Look, the more you know, the better you'll be. You didn't know how overpowered this leader ability was. It was so overpowered, no one was using it anywhere. Thank you.
Things expressed by Grande are not necessarily the views or ideas or actual thoughts of any of the RSG crew members. Continue.
All right, let's get into the roster review, shall we? You guys down? Let's do some roster reviewing.
Yes,
let's do this.
So,
dang, we got right into it. I was like, screw our schedule. I'm doing what I want.
Yeah. Hey, look, we got Pokemon And we got the life size Velociraptor as our. We should get paid by these people because of all this stuff, man. I'm telling you.
Gotta catch them all.
I mean, really. So today we are doing Fantasy Gamer 11, and they're in Chiss Ascendancy's Vengeance. So shout out to that guild. Glad to give you a shout out. And we're doing Fantasy Gamer today. And today, Fantasy Gamer says, I'm currently working on Treya Farina. She's almost unlocked, and I have the 2 Zetas kept for her to get her to gear 11. Also working on my Old Republic for Revan, which I will probably get next time around. I would like you to review what I could do for my ships and where to go with that. I would like for you to check my mods as well and see what I should focus on farming and next Zetas as well. Alright, so basically everything. Well, first of all, you can see he's struggling in PvP and in ships. We got some work to do here, fellas. But he's 2.4 million GP, but I think we can do better. I don't know. Let's try to do better. So let's start with his roster and just see what we have, see what we can go with. Because right now he's running the JTR team, and it's not. But he's about to unlock Treya, so I think that's going to be a big thing for him.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to look at the rest of his Sith to see where they're
here's the thing. He's got enough to do the CLS Han Chewie team.
Why are we not running Nightmare?
I don't know. Damn. You ask good questions, Grande, except there's a problem with that. There's no one here that can answer the damn question.
What was the question?
I think Nightmare team. So I'm thinking he could run Palp Lead. He could run Thrawn, Nihilus, Scion, and Vader.
Mm-hmm. And if he's about to unlock Treya and he's got the gear for her, then I think that's the team he could run.
And then he pops Vader out and he puts in Treya Lead.
Yep.
Moves Palp to the secondary position.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Let's just look at. I mean, his Sith are OP already.
Yeah, he's got
with all
Sith Trooper
the Zetas and G12.
Yeah.
Why are we not running that? Heck, he's got Sith Trooper at gear 11. He could run Sith Trooper on that team right now. Take out Vader. He's got double tank to protect Palp. He's got Sith Trooper to protect Scion till Scion gets going, and he's got double tank to protect Nihilus, and he's got the ability to control with both Palpatine and with Thrawn. This dude should be running right now. He should be running Palpatine Lead, Scion, Nihilus, Sith Trooper, and Thrawn. Forget Vader. He don't even need Vader on that team. Run double tank and just sit there and wait till you can annihilate everyone. He could basically kill everyone out there except Revan teams and increase his arena rank from arena rank. His average of 174, we could probably bump his average to into the top 100.
Easily.
And he'd stay there.
Yep.
He'd stay top 100 with that team.
Unless he's on a shard like mine, though, where the top 200 is nothing but Jedi Knight Revan.
This guy, oh crap, he's been in this game a long time. Look, he's been here since 2016. He stopped playing for a little bit.
Has to be because he does. I'm looking at his Rebel. The Rebel team you mentioned, he only has a 5-star Chewbacca, no Zetas. He doesn't have 3PO either.
What do we look? He's been here a long time.
Yeah, I think your Sith recommendation is what I was going for, Grande, and I think that's the best way to go for PvP, especially with Treya.
Yeah, I think that would. The only other choice here is if we could do some version of a Rebel team, right? Some kind of Chewie team.
But it's 5-star Chewie gear 11. I'm just trying to think.
Well, do we have C-3PO?
No
3PO.
That's going to be a problem.
That's why I'm saying that's not going to work.
What's the speed on his BB-8?
I don't know.
I actually don't mind Jedi training Rey, especially if he's facing a lot of Revan teams. Because Jedi training Rey has a chance if you can get your BB-8 to a really high speed. You kind of get screwed with Nightmare. Nightmare has like almost zero chance against a Revan team.
No,
I don't know.
Yeah, and
Nightmare has zero chance against Revan. So let's think about this another way. If he ran this with no tank, right? And if he ran BB-8, R2, JTR, oh crap, he don't have freaking C-3PO. If he had C-3PO and we were able to do Rey, C-3PO, BB-8, Han, and Chewie,
yeah,
he could kill Revans.
yes. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if Nightmare is the right direction because
but he's missing. Here's the deal.
He's missing like one piece from like every team that we want to put together.
He's missing what he needs to make that JTR team work. That's how closer is Ewoks?
Please don't say you're looking at Ewoks to beat Revan.
No, I'm looking at Ewoks to get C-3PO.
Okay. I'm taking a look at his mods because I see that he has like a Gear 12 Thrawn and everything, right? So it's possible that he put his best speed mods on Thrawn, but if you're running Jedi Training Rey, they really need to be on BB-8.
His best speed mods are all over the place.
Yeah, his mods are everywhere. That's going to be another problem. So we have to look at your mods and get used to this.
Palpatine. He's got to run this Palpatine sometimes because he's got some of his best speed mods.
I still think Traya. He's about to unlock Traya, so forget Palp. Let's just go Traya.
Here's the thing: is when he unlocks Traya,
you can keep Palp on there though because that'll help you kill.
When he unlocks Traya, he's going to run this team. Right? He's going
to run a Traya. You're right. When he does get Traya, we're moving immediately.
Why I'm saying let's go Nightmare for now, and then as soon as we unlock Traya, we're literally gearing her to Gear 11 plus and throwing all of our best mods on her.
I agree.
I mean, because even
he's going to run into issues with the EP lead though, like.
Well, she's almost unlocked. Why bother changing an arena?
Why? Yeah, let's just wait for Traya. Let's not move anything around.
I mean, I'll ask this, Grande. Do you really think that if, let's say, he's going to unlock her in a week, do you think Nightmare is really going to make that big a difference?
Well, the mods don't change on Thrawn, right?
No.
Well, they will because his mods are all over the place. So we do need to remod.
If he went to Nightmare now, right? How we mod Revan? I mean, how we mod Thrawn? How we mod Nihilus, how we mod Sith Trooper, how we mod would all be the same. How we mod Scion would be different.
Maybe not.
How we mod Scion would be different. And then, of course, how we mod... And then,
well,
of course,
Thrawn would be different, too.
No, Thrawn's... You're always going to end up with a speedy Thrawn, no matter what.
You will, but it depends on how you put the team together. Because if you're running Nightmare normal, right, then you're making Thrawn as fast as possible. But, and we've had this discussion before, if you go with the Traya team and you're trying to counter a Revan team, you either need a Thrawn that's faster than your opposing Revan, and he has some decent mods, but I think overall, once he gets into the top, 100, he might have a hard time going over that. But the other part is, if you time it so that your Thrawn is one speed slower than your Scion, you can get the full force strain from Nihilus. And so you might actually slow down your Thrawn and speed up your Scion a little bit more if you run that team, kind of the way that I like to run it. I know you run it different, Grande, but the way I run it is Thrawn is one speed slower than Scion, so that Scion can do the AoE Dispel, Thrawn goes, turn meter swaps with Nihilus, and does the Force Drain. But I know you do it different, so it's kind of just dependent on how we want to go about the strategy.
I mean, I'm always swapping with Scion, right, first. And I just am hoping that the TM change on Nihilus just happens whenever it happens. But
right.
I mean, mine works. Yours work. It all, it just depends.
They both work. I mean, it's just a different way of going about it, and part of it is also based on your mods and your arena shard, and what works on your arena.
Agreed. If somebody, if they're modding to counter that, it could be tough for you. But I still think we're moving away from JTR. If Fantasy Gamer 11 had C-3PO, even a 5-star C-3PO, we would be talking about a completely different team right now.
Yeah, we'd be talking about CLS team.
Yes. Or we'd be talking about a JTR.
No, not JTR.
Yes, we would. Abso-freaking-lutely we would. JTR, BB-8, C-3PO, Chewie, and Han. Absolutely, we'd be talking about that team. Yeah, that team kills it. That team kills it.
That's a lot of damage, and that health immunity lock from JTR Elite.
That team right there is insanely good because you've got all the TM gain from all the exposes, right? That team, I can kill a Revan team with that team.
Yeah, it's possible.
And I don't even need speed. All I need is freaking potency and crit chance, and I'm going all the time, which means I can beat you on turn meter gain. And damage output.
I mean, I'm just looking at his roster in general. He's done a pretty solid job with the pillars. I'm not seeing anything that sticks out. He's got Wampa 12 with the Zeta, so he's doing it the right way. He's just behind on just characters. But I think if you farm hard, fantasy gamer.
Do we do bounty hunters?
We haven't looked at any of that stuff. I'm not really too concerned with that.
No, but that's what I'm looking at, right? So I want to make sure
bounty hunters. He needs some help.
He needs to focus on getting Jedi Knight Revan, even though Darth Revan's coming in. I don't know. So here's the question I have. This is something I get asked a lot. If a new meta character comes out, does that push the pillar system away? Should you focus for the Old Republic on Jedi Knight Revan first if Darth Revan is more OP?
No, because the pillar system is designed based on how you farm it based on your level as well, right?
And so, I think that I would get Darth Revan if he's OP.
Phoenix is still early.
No, I'm talking later on. When you get to a certain point.
I know, but I'm saying when you go with the pillar system, you go with a particular focus, right? And you want to continue down that path. And part of the reason why, to Warrior's credit, the way that he kind of designed it is that it fits with the progression of the game. So you're not avoiding characters and like that you're going to need to farm for other particular things. You can't put a new character on a pillar when you don't even know how it's going to play out, right? We know Jedi Knight Revan is a dominant character. We see Darth Revan's kit, but we haven't actually seen it play out, right? Let's say that Grande's theory crafting at the beginning does prove that Grievous is a natural counter to Darth Revan, and we've come back to the rock, paper, scissors. Is it worth it to go for Darth Revan? How well does he work in raids? Are people able to utilize him in raids? We know Jedi Knight Revan can kill Phase 2, right, of the Rogue Sith raid. So there's so many question marks to just automatically switch because there's a new character that you avoid the motto regardless of what stage of the game you're in. The motto is still stay on target. There's a reason because normally your target, unless you're kind of wavering in a target and you're just doing random things because you don't have anything else to do, you know that your target is usable. It is worth going after for whatever the reason is. Territory wars, Grand Arena, territory battles, whatever it is, you're farming with a focus. So you don't want to lose the focus for a shiny and then just because it's another pillar. So just wait.
I pulled up Old Republic. I mean, he needs to be farming shards all the time. I mean, Fantasy Gamers Challenge is rarity, right? It's rarity in a bunch of different places. It's Bosk, it's Karth, it's T3M4, right? It's Juhani, it's Mission. So we're still on the rarity train for the, but we need to be working the rarity train on those guys. But we also, in the back of our mind, need to be thinking about, okay, what am I doing for bounty hunters to finish off my Chewbacca, and what am I doing about Ewoks so I can get ready for C-3PO event? We know all those events are coming, which means he needs to be farming all the characters in all those areas that he's not doubled up on, right? I mean, finish one and move on, except when it comes to unlocks, right? If you can get a 5-star unlock of a C-3PO, let's farm Ewoks to 5-star so we can make sure that you can actually get C-3PO at 5-star. Look, C-3PO almost does 90% of what he's going to do at 5-star. If someone had a 5-star Gear 11 with a single Zeta C-3PO, he could get it done in an arena. He wouldn't be good for raids, but he would get at least half the usability out of the character for minimal input. So, this is one of those deals where I would say, hey, look, if you can get shards, if you can get shards in the guild store, or if you can get, if you can get shards somewhere else where it doesn't mess up your Revan farm, grab them, right? And if and this particular player, with all of his crystals, need to be going towards the 3x50 of regular energy. I mean, if he's making 150 crystals a day, all that needs to go to 3x50s on hard nodes.
Yeah. The reason I brought it up is because it's a great conversation to have for players that are coming up in the pillar system, right? Because I get asked that question all the time.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, you got to stay on target, man.
And before you start going for mods, and we can start talking about mods, the game will give you enough mods, right?
Oh my God.
Farm mods or farm slicing materials, right? With the natural gain that you get. But if it was me, I'd be telling him 3x50s on the regular energy, and then with whatever he's got left, it's either I'd probably do 1 or 2 cantinas or 1 or 2 ships energies, and it's really his choice. And we're always farming hard nodes, and we're always going for characters that get us a legendary or a heroic.
Yeah.
And we're not worried about completing the freaking characters here.
No.
You don't have to take characters to gear 12.
No, not unless you're ready to use them. You guys see my roster all the time. I don't
gear 10,
move.
Gear 9, gear 8.
I don't even do that.
Well, I'm just talking about whatever it takes to get that pillar piece done.
No, pillar piece is different. Yeah, if it's gear, that's different. But yeah, you want to gear it to where you can get it, and then if you're not going to use it, then don't touch it. You want to keep your GP in check.
Use it, don't touch it.
But if you look at my roster, I still haven't taken Candace, Karth, and Juhani up. Why? Because I'm not using them yet. When I go in on a character, it's either I'm going all in or I'm not. And then if I have to go to a certain level with it, I will, but I'm not going to take it past that point because I'm not using it. Why fluff your GP if you don't need to? So it's something that newer players need to be very cognizant of, is that, I'm hoping you're watching us or some of these other amazing game changers. Watch Warrior. Watch him play Scissorman. It is a valuable learning tool for any new player out there on what to do and what not to do. And if you want to see it in action, watch that series. Who else is doing one right now? Playing a new account. Somebody else was doing it. I can't remember, but watch those videos.
Well, Mike has been. I know Mike is on. Mike has been doing it for a while with York.
Yeah, Mike's got York, and then who else was doing one?
There's somebody else. I can't think.
There's an up-and-coming YouTuber, Bold One. He started a free-to-play series too.
Sure.
He's like a couple hundred subscriber range.
So there's plenty of material out there for you on this game. Which is fantastic for newer players, because when we first started, there was nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. We just sat around and talked about the game. Trying to figure out what the hell this was.
Picked it apart, dissected it.
Oh my god, man! We used to have conversations back in the day.
To be fair, the game has changed an awful lot.
So much has changed.
When we started, what was it? Level cap was 60. What are mods? There were no mods.
No.
Gear level was a lot lower. You had no Omegas. So they've added a lot of intricacies into the game, which really has changed everything over.
Yeah,
but, I mean, pre-crafting. When was the last time we talked about pre-crafting? Tiny Grimes.
Oh, I love Tiny Grimes.
Tiny Grimes. Somebody pulled out the Tiny Grimes.
I've mentioned him 2 days ago. Tiny Grimes.
We don't need to go
back to another Tiny Grimes video.
I never really got into Tiny Grimes, but it was Jedi Master.
Jedi Master Alon.
Alon, that was my boy. I mean, he spent.
He would do his haircut. He would do
live
stream his haircuts
and play the games.
And then he'd be like,
"Oh my god,
so good, so fantastic." I missed him. He was really good.
Alon was really
he was a good guy. But he burned out quick. So. Really, our recommendations for you so far, Fantasy, is that stick with the pillars, stick with what you're farming. When you get your trade team, you're going to have to make her your lead. Keep Thrawn, keep Palpatine, Scion, Nihilus. That team will do very well with you. You're going to have to remod it if you have problems.
Where's his Fallen Bastila?
Not even close. 3 stars, I think he has.
Yeah, his Old Republic work.
No, but he might want to even though the stars isn't there, he may want to gear her up, because I still think
she's a great fit. But
just to say on that, I'm running. I unlocked Treya on the York account. I've got Treya now up to gear level 10. Just to put it into perspective, prior to unlocking Treya, my Scion was level 50, so he had mods. That was it. He's now almost 7-star because I've been farming his node now that I really want him. Prior to that, I wasn't focused on him, but now he's about to go 7-star. He's gear 11, but Fallen Bastila Shan Fallen is gear. I can't remember. She's either gear 7 or 8 and 5-star. And she survives so many of the battles. I lose my Gear 11 Palps, who's on the squad. I'm running the Triumvirate with Fallen Bastilla and Palps. And I'm clocking in around the mid-200s in Arena. But this is on the York account. I'm not pushing it. But I'm always surprised at just what that squad takes out.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, let's go to Ships. So we've got a good plan for him on his main roster. Ships, he's struggling in Ships. Let's go to his profile real quick. And the Arena team he's running, it's not bad, right? So he's running, I think, a great lineup. I don't know if he's doing enough battles or what's going on here. He's not running Chimera, but he's still running Executrix. And with that lineup with Biggs, Tide Vance, and the Slicer, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on here. Let's delve deep in here. Have anybody seen anything that's making them go?
He needs to work on his Cassian's Ewing.
That's a ship you need to farm.
7-star.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
But all his skills are...
Yeah, that's a great reinforcement
ship. That ship can really get you out of a bind coming in from reinforcements. I mean, it just... Yeah, I can't recommend that. It doesn't even matter if you're not even running it with other rebels. Just run it.
Is he not farming Hound's Tooth?
I don't think he's farming. He should be, but I don't think he is at the moment.
Just where is he GP wise? Just to put it in context. So
2 point something, 2.9.
That's where York 2.4. 2.4. York is 2.4. Got a 7-star boss. Got a 7-star Hound's Tooth.
His boss is 3-star level 1 gear 1.
Yeah, he's got to farm Bosk, and he's got
part of the reason.
The other thing too is farming Bosk. Farming Bosk gets him 7-star Chewy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so this is like a 3 birds with 1 stone.
Bosk, and of course farming Hound's Tooth gets him a 7-star Django.
Grande, why kill 3 birds with 1 stone when we could kill 2, perhaps?
More is better.
Less is more, number 2.
I think. God. So the other thing too, which I was noticing, that's kind of why I was asking how he plays, is whether or not he plays for. And again, you play this game for whatever you get your enjoyment from, right? And it's a question of whether or not you're playing this to get, like, min-max everything. You're trying to get top and everything. You're focused on being hyper-competitive. Whether you're playing it just as casual, you're having fun with the game, or whether you're trying to be somewhere in between. And the reason I ask is because I saw a Zeta on a Gear 9 or a Sync. And...
Oh, no.
So... And there's nothing wrong with that. One, we always recommend not to put a Zeta on a character below Gear 11 because the Zeta itself doesn't necessarily make them viable. There's very few exceptions, like a Grandmaster Yoda, a Hermit Yoda at Gear 10 is viable. And there's very few other ones that below Gear 11 will be useful with a Zeta. But it depends, again, on how you want to play and where you want to go based on your roster. Let's be
honest. I mean, the reason why he's asking for a roster review is because if you're winning, you're going to be happier, right?
Yes. And this isn't meant to criticize. It's a matter of making sure, and I've done the same thing, and we've all done the same thing, which is why we like doing roster reviews. We've learned from our mistakes.
Oh man,
we make so many mistakes.
I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah, some more than others.
Yes, let's not mention.
Man,
let's not mention. Let's not throw any shade. Let's not mention any names. I mean, like Graham, for instance. Let's not throw his name out there. Yeah.
Ranger, how many mistakes have I made? How many mistakes have you made? And we
daily? I mean, you mean hourly? Daily? I mean, Grande, your record is astounding.
The best thing is that your roster.
I mean, look! Almost every day I have an epiphany. I mean, it just happens.
So the bright side is that your roster
can use the air freshener after.
Oh god!
But you have to learn from whatever it is, right? And so one of the things I would recommend for you is to not spend as many Zetas, and hold off and only put them on crucial Zetas. Right, you have a double Zeta R2. His combat analysis is nice, right? But it's not necessarily the most useful Zeta. So maybe you're better off holding it. I don't know if you have 3 Zetas on hold for Jedi Knight Revan, or whether or not you have 2 Zetas on hold.
Treya. He needs
Yeah.
like two. He needs
He has
at
the
least
two
two
Zetas.
Zetas on
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got.
so, I
he
mean-
said he's got them. Yeah, he said that in his thing.
He said he has. Okay, good. So we want to make sure that you have the Zetas ready for all these new characters whenever they become useful, right? You have a triple Zeta Jedi Training Ray. Again, they're not bad Zetas, but really all you need is the leader. After the leader,
Two.
it's all
Well,
just
one
kind
is
of-
one. Yeah, one is necessary. Two is kind of vanity, and the third one is like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I've got.
Real
I
quick,
think
too.
I've.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, I think I've got 64 Zetas currently deployed. My Jedi Knight Jedi Training Ray has 1 on her lead. CLS has 2. R2D2 has 1.
Yeah.
Just to put it into context.
This is
Pretty
on your
balanced,
main
yeah.
too. This is not on York, right?
No, that's
Oh
York,
yeah,
right?
no, this is Mike. York's
okay.
way behind. York has 3 Gear 12 characters.
Yeah. See, well, to touch on the undergeared Zeta thing, like Finn was just talking about, for me, and I don't know about you guys, you'll probably feel the same way. If you're going to Zeta a character that's not Gear 11 or 7 stars, the only 2, with the exception, in my opinion, is Nest and Scion, right? Like, Nest and Scion are huge utility
point.
characters, and those
Good
Zetas
point.
make
I would argue
huge
that.
investments. I mean,
I would really argue that.
any other Zetas you could think of?
Yeah,
Maybe
Less than 7 stars, you're saying?
Yoda,
I'll
Grandmaster.
go
I mean
with
Hermit
my-
Yoda.
Yeah,
On my
Hermit. I
York
got both
account,
on Hermit.
Depends where you are.
Enfys
Depends where you
Nest.
are, Arena. But 2 that I've done that are not Gear 11 yet are Veers and Finn.
Oh yeah, Veers
But-
and Finn
but
would
they-
both work.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Finn's
they
about to get the
both
rework
make
too, unfortunately.
they make the well. Yeah, I mean I did those before the I mean that's one of my
Definitely, yeah,
concerns
definitely.
about how that's going to impact the Finn changes on players that don't have humongous rosters. Yeah, but
Yeah.
York's slowly plodding along. He's 2.4 GP. It's almost 50-50 ships to tunes, so he gets penalised in Grand Arena constantly. But
Yeah.
it's kind of playing to your strengths and at least bolstering the squads. As I said, my Treya is Gear 10 now. She's got both Zetas. She's in Arena.
All right.
Yeah, that
having
doesn't
fun.
work.
Yeah, but you're not planning on leaving her at 10, right?
Oh no.
Yeah, so I think that's the other thing. As long as you're pushing towards Gear 11 actively, right, then it's fine as long as you're if you put the Zetas on early. I'm not so sure about Scion necessarily. I agree with you about Nest. Nest can be Zeta at like Gear 9 and still be fine. Scion, I mean, he's still kind of squishy at the lower. If you don't get him to
Yeah,
Gear,
totally agree.
he's still kind
Yeah.
of squishy. So I don't know if I would put a Zeta on him, but Nest I do agree with.
You know, and then to touch on the point, like Mike was just saying about Treya, if you're gonna, invest in Treya and them at a lower gear level, potentially you have the other pieces of the triumvirate at a lower gear level. So, I mean, and again, it depends on how you mod Scion at what star
I
level.
kind of use the Zetas as the impetus. If I'm putting a Zeta onto a tune, that means that they're in my favourites and they're being worked.
Yeah,
They're
getting
they're
hyper
being-
focused. Yeah,
So I'm kind of almost forcing myself to hyper focus on those tunes until I feel they're of a level that can compete.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
And
I mean,
also bring something to the guild.
Well, let's wrap up this roster review.
I mean, I think all we're trying to say is make sure that you spend your Zetas as wisely as possible. If you want to spend it for fun, that's fine. Ranger and I have spent some for charity, so it's not like you can't spend it for other reasons.
I don't
but
recommend it.
as you're spending it, especially now, because your roster is in a fairly decent place, right? You're at that point where you're just on the cusp of getting several teams ready to go for all the different game modes. Grand Arena, Territory Wars, you have a lot of your territory battles, and then now you're going to be working on getting Jedi Knight Revan. You're on the right track with a lot of your teams. Zetas are going to become crucial moving forward. Zetas and Omegas, you don't want to spend them unnecessarily, because even at higher levels, you can easily run out. Unless you're Grande, who has like a extended amount of Omegas for whatever reason.
A plethora.
Oh man, I got Omegas. I think I got over 200, 300
Yeah.
Omegas now.
Oh,
There you go. So unless you're Grande, you're going to be running
Every time a
low
new
on
character
Omegas and
comes
Zetas.
out, I'm like, you get an Omega, and you get an Omega, and you get an Omega. Yeah, Omegas are.
Omegas for
every time.
everyone.
So it's only
bro.
for Grande and Loki. Everybody else has trouble with Omega. So
That's
make
nice.
sure you're conserving those resources. and I would be cautious about. I don't know what the situation was, and he mentioned that he was going to try and be on today, but he wasn't. So
okay.
we can always talk about this afterwards.
Yeah, get with us afterwards. You know, if especially about your modding, if you have anything, hit one of us.
Yeah,
up.
we'll definitely have to go over your modding and get your modding a little bit focused to get you into that next level, because you have the roster. We got to get them modded correctly, because a Gear 12 without mods is worthless.
Pretty much.
Without the correct mods, right? So you want to make sure that you get your teams to the next level. You're definitely there. You've done a really good job so far focusing. You're moving towards the pillars. Yeah. I mean, it's a good roster overall.
Yeah, pretty solid.
And very little fluff. I like that. Several level 1, 3-star, 2-star characters. He's not fluffy, so this is very easy for him to come back from. With even those little things like the Aura Sing and those kind of things, his roster is in a really good shape to just pull out of it very quickly.
I think so. All right, if somebody wants a roster review, what do they got to do?
Head on to the RSG Discord, message me Affinity, and we will hook you up. Just message me your GG page. I will tell you that we are in the review, that you are in the queue, and if I don't respond within 24 hours, just send it back.
I'm very fluffy, by the way. I'm Fluffy the Vampire Slayer.
All right, let's get Grande focused. All right, Grande, it's time for Grand Arena. Oh my God.
Fluffy the Vampire Slayer.
No, Grande. You're a very bad man. You're a very, very bad man. All right.
Is your best sidekick Pillow?
Yeah. So, if you guys were watching us earlier...
Pillow? It should be Pillow and Xander.
Stop it. If you guys were watching earlier, Finn streamed his Grand Arena. Yeah. So, that's a good lesson on what not to do. Because,
don't fart around with territory. No, I don't care about Grand Arena, so I fart around with it.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
All right, someone's calling me. Who is it?
So,
oh no, the phone. Hold be right back.
Hold on, Ranger. Ranger will be right back.
I did another stream, if you guys missed it earlier today, where I did my Grand Arena. I had an opponent that didn't put anything on defense, so it was the first time seeing how the auto deploy.
You titled it something like clickbait. Clickbait.
Yeah, it was clickbait AF. It was because I put in there that I'm fighting
Abercrombie and Fitch. I didn't get it. I didn't understand why it was clickbait Abercrombie and Fitch. Are you modeling clothing now?
I didn't put the "and" in between.
Oh, okay.
So I put the.
I was kind of confused.
It was clickbait because I put that I was fighting a 125k Revan lead team, which I did. Except it was an auto-deployed team, so the team was Revan with Jedi Training Rey. CLS, Treya, and Crew, if I remember correctly. So no, it was Boss, not Crew. So that was the team, and so it was the auto deploys, the way that it worked. And so I figured we would have fun just playing around with different teams.
It was pretty brutal. Yeah.
It was. I mean, I don't take Grand Arena seriously, so I just
you can tell. You can tell. Just go watch. You'll see how
I use it to test out things for territory wars.
Yeah, it's testing. It's not playing. It's testing because Finn.
It is.
Finn's not really. He's not really trying.
Nope, it's science.
He doesn't use a toothbrush. He doesn't use deodorant. He's not politically correct.
Antiperspirant is better than deodorant. Deodorant just masks it. Antiperspirant prevents you from sweating that much to begin with.
Okay.
So surely
it has
that's bad
aluminum
for
in
you.
it. We don't want to put aluminum in your body.
I love.
If it stops your body doing what your body's meant to do, that's normally not a good thing, is it?
All right, enough of this nonsense.
That's what they told me when I had the vasectomy.
Okay, listen.
Ah.
All right, so here's what.
And on that note,
there's some 10-year-old listening to this stream. Mommy, what's the vasectomy?
Yeah. Good job.
Oh my God.
Yeah, good job, Grande.
Noughts and crosses on my sack with a scalpel.
No. That's right, my apprentice. Grande needs to shut his hole.
Yeah, me and the apprentice, we did our Grand Arena like about the same time, little after Finn's, and we got the full clear, one shot everything.
That's right.
So.
With the
couple short-handed teams.
My apprentice.
Go check it out.
Yeah, let's do some Grand Arena. Shadowville just noted $1.99. Thank you, Shadowville. He said, "Let's do some GA. Let's do this." So this is the
Shadowville just subscribe to the channel too. Thank you.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so
I met Shadowville in real life.
Word.
We hung out at the mall.
Great.
And had some Cajun food.
Okay, stop it. I'm trying to do Grand Arena Grande focus. God, what is wrong with... Did you gave him caffeine? Damn
Yeah, I
it!
did.
All right, let's go. Tell me the teams you got. And
I'm sharing my screen.
First, let's take out. First, let's go do ships, right? Because that's like, let's just knock it out of the way.
Okay. Well, this is his lineup that he's going with, and okay.
All right, what do you have
Yeah,
left?
you got that.
Oh,
You
I've
that,
got.
no problem.
I've got the. Yeah, let's just go this.
That's your arena team, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your ship's arena team? Yeah, just do your ship's arena team. Go kick his butt.
Yeah, just put that in. Just gonna go in here.
Perfect. You'll knock that. You'll clear it.
I think Kyrell just donated $2. He says, "Why don't you guys have Dash on more shows? Because she works, and we would love. God, if I could have her on every day, I would."
Who's that? Dana?
No, Adastra.
Oh, Lady. You know, I love Lady Adastra. She's so awesome. And you know what's really cool about her is every time she talks, you can tell she's smiling. That's what's nice. You know? Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Just like Grande.
They're saying that all they can see is the
funny,
roster review there, Ranger.
Oh,
they can't see his other screen?
Sorry about that. Oh, crap. I was lost.
And another thing, too, Ranger, I went in with, with 3 reinforcements today, and I got 63 banners, bro.
Nice.
So actually, it makes missing that. If you're really confident against the team you're going against, like go put some empty reinforcement slots in there. You can get like 60, 65 banners. It's a little late now, but you know, just for future references.
Word.
It's a day late and a dollar short.
I know. I was hanging out with Isaiah. I'm like, hey, he's all in a good mood right now.
Mate, I went in. I cleared all the 7 squads I had to face. Went in against ships. He put a mace lead in and ships. I went with my Akbar MILF and timed out. I'm like, that's it. That's me done with Grand Arena now.
Oh,
that is me done.
What happened, man?
Mike, you should be streaming your Grand Arena, bro. I love your roster, man. You should be streaming your Grand Arena.
I'm going against, my fleet shard is. There's some awesome players on my fleet shard. Right. And I win with the fleet I run, fine. Something's wrong with this game. That Mace held.
Yeah, Mace beats the mill.
What the hell?
Mill, you're like that's like 1 in 1,000, man. That's like a 1 in 1,000 that would happen.
That was me. That was, as far as I'm concerned, GA can take a long run off a short pier now.
Or at least this one can, right?
Yeah.
Well, and you're at the very tippy top, right? Like you're like over 5 million, right?
Yeah, I'm pushing 5.2.
That's why. Because everybody you're facing, everything's max.
Yeah. Man, Mike and I could probably fight each other. I'm pushing 5.2.
At some point or another, you guys should match up. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
We could probably, if we thought about it, we could match our GPs, and then we could have a.
Oh mate, that would be awesome.
Yeah. RSG,
we could have a Grande versus Mike.
All you guys got to do is put a couple of characters that have no mods on them, and just put some 3 and 4 dots on them, and then it'll even up your GP a little easier.
Oh yeah, I could get right on his number.
Yeah, if you guys get right on the number and you do the 3 and 4 dot mod plan, oh my goodness, it's so easy.
I looked on GG. Out of my 177 star characters, only 21 of them are not gear 10 or higher.
Oh, only.
All right. All right. Who do we want to kill first?
All right. So who's the big baddie? We think Night Sisters. Night Sisters are probably the most annoying team on here.
I can kill them with the Trey team. That's
yeah,
right. That's right, my apprentice. JTR for Bounty
Hunter. Or do you have Bastilla still or no?
Did I put her on defense? Yeah, I've got JTR.
Yeah, we did a second. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think I put her on defense. Let's see. Yeah, I moved the Bastille team on defense. So we got Jedi Knight Revan, we got JTR, we got CLS, we got the Sith Triumvirate, we've got Palpatine, we've got Nest, we've got Wampa, we've got all kinds of fun little things we can do.
So I say we double check the speeds on the Night Sisters and the Bounty Hunter team, see which ones are clocked better for speed. It's probably going to be the Bounty Hunter team.
It's the Bounty Hunter team. I already looked at his speeds.
Yeah. Okay. Well then,
because I think his Boscos had had a speed set. Let me look here. 249 was his fastest, I think, on because comparing the two.
Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's trooper range, if anything. But
Oh
we
yeah, my
can save
trooper's
that for
faster.
later.
Why
Yeah,
don't we just run troopers against Night Sisters?
I don't like the Gear 12 Night Sister. I mean, I do like it because he's got a squishy initiate in there, but initiate, I just did the same thing today, and I did it with range trooper and no shore trooper, death trooper Veer Stark, and I mean, it's a little bit of overkill, honestly, and I know Ranger's going to use snow in that team, so I could see that better. Yeah, I mean, well, who would you use the Triumvirate if you didn't use it against Night Sisters? All right, would it be the EP team? I'm assuming.
I mean, let's roll down there.
It's got that Thrawn on there.
I'd probably use it against that EP team. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go with Revan again. Oh yeah,
So we're
you can go
either
Revan
using.
against
So
Night
we're using.
Sisters.
So use troopers against whichever one is
I'd
weaker.
go against
Well-
I'd use troopers against the Ewoks. I'll use Jedi Knight Revan against Palpatine. I can
troopers
use.
against Ewoks.
Are you kidding
Well,
me?
not Ewoks. Phoenix is in there.
I
You
mean,
can use
not against
you can use,
Phoenix.
like
no.
Rex Wampa against Ewoks.
I'm just saying if I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you-
pick, if I had to pick, I mean he's got a trooper team too. So I mean we got
All
lots
right.
of goodies and things we can do. So
So let's get the
All
big
right.
baddie out of here first. Then we'll go Revan without GK against Night Sisters.
wait, against
Wow.
Night Sisters.
Yeah, so Revan, both Yodas, and Jolie should be plenty.
That's right, babe.
Oh, you
Princess.
saved Revan?
Yeah,
That's
Gonna-
done. You don't even know. Remove GK.
yeah, 4-man team.
Against that team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you won't need the tank for one. The counters alone will bring back their health and protection, plus Hermiota in there, and you already got a lot of firepower between Revan.
You know, the last
good
time I
opinion.
listened to you, Zylo, I lost. So I mean,
Well,
I promise
here's the
I
deal.
promise
Here's the
you.
deal. You know, no. Here's the deal. You know that team will win. And where else are you going to use GK?
Yeah, you can put GK. You don't really need to move GK anywhere, I guess.
I want
Yeah,
to
just
throw
let's
it in
be
there.
safe
You know
and
that
put
team
GK
will
in
win.
there.
yeah, I'm not
But
screwing
that's
around.
GK in there,
I'm
be
not
safe, yeah.
screwing around.
Especially since we don't have Bastila to buff Yoda, it'd be the extra assist will help a lot.
All right, let's go after who? Thrawn.
No.
Yeah, let's get Thrawn off the board first. Keep him from fracturing and regenerating health and protection. There's a lot of tenacity on that team too, so no stuns or debuffs are really going to land.
I agree.
And then after Thrawn, I'd say Vader. Or I'm sorry, EP Vader, and then Dooku.
Go, Hermit. Make your other counterpart go faster.
You probably one shot him with a. You could have probably one shot EP
Yeah, I
with
could
his
have.
special.
I could have, but you
There you go.
know.
Well, that's that.
No, you can't do anything, Dooku. Big hit. Bye bye.
I've been watching my defense for like the last hour, just waiting to see if my opponent will start attacking while I'm home.
Did this guy even go once? Oh, he finally went.
Yeah.
We'll get the max health and protection out of this one for sure.
Bye bye. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
60, that's a good one.
Lemon squeezy.
Why screw around when you can just win?
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry.
So we could use CLS
Alright.
against Boss. We could use JTR against Crew. We can use
Yep. Troopers
Palpatine.
against Night Sisters.
I say we go triumvirate with Sith Trooper shorthanded against the Night Sisters.
No, I'm not going shorthanded. Damn it,
Nope.
Xylo.
Triumvirate.
If you want to test things out, go join Finn's stream. We're not doing that.
Hey,
You
hey,
should see my stream.
So
I always
I
go
don't.
triumvirate.
This is not your
Night
stream.
Sisters, without a doubt, is the next
Son of a-
hardest team, and I'd go all in with Sith Triumvirate.
All right, let's do that. I want to give people
So
things
who's
they
the
should. So yeah, we'll go. We'll go.
It almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Why don't you do JTR versus Bosk?
Who it is?
The
That
sounds
hideous?
like-
Who it is? Who is that?
No,
Shadow
sounds like
Veil.
Shadow Vow.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Look, Shadowville,
going on, guys?
you're just not going to pop in here and scare me like that. All right, you're just not going to do it.
Hey, thanks for
I could
subscribing
tell-
to the channel
what
too, brother.
What's crazy is I could tell exactly who that was. I was like, oh, hey, it's Shadow Vow.
I could go. I could go. I could put Fallen. I could put Basti Fallen in there.
Yeah.
I
like that.
I would probably remove her and leave her for an EP team if you need an EP team later.
Yeah, we can do that. Who else you want to put in here then?
It doesn't matter. You can put Dooku in there for all that matters. Where's Scion? I mean, no, Sion's already on there. Put Dooku in there.
Yeah.
Put Dookie in there.
What do you think, Shadow? Because Grande and Xylo have brain damage, so I want an expert.
No,
Shadow
I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to keep him a second Sith team if he needs it.
No, but I want an expert. Shadowvel, you've met Grande.
No.
You've met Grande in real life, and you've never met Xylo. So that means that you're half right. So.
I mean, if you're not going to use Zal lead, I would take in an AOE. So I would put in Maul.
Maul? Okay. So we're gonna go Treya with this, and Zeta.
That's a great team.
Okay. See, I need the voice of reason because you got Xylo over there trying to tell me to do 4 and 3, and then you got Mr. Grande Patron over there that's talking.
I'm
not telling you.
I'm giving you. I'm just giving you guys a hard time. I'm kidding.
So I had one feeling.
I wouldn't tell
killed
you
it.
Yeah.
You killed my last feeling right there. That's it. No more feelings for Grande.
Grande hasn't had feelings since 2010.
Yeah. Grande Patron, having feelings since 2010.
I lost that loving feeling just now. Done. Over. Gone.
Every time I recommend a short-handed team, I wouldn't recommend it if I haven't done it for myself, brother.
I don't trust you.
The problem is that it's really GP based. It's really GP based. I mean, you go. I mean, if you're $5.5 million and you're like, oh, we could go in short-handed against that team, and then you look at his mods and you're like, nope, we can't.
That's not happening.
We're like, there's no way. You see his speed? You go in there and he's got a plus 300 speed Jango Fett.
Yeah, so that's a hard one to do. Yeah,
he's got 300 speed on his Jango Fett, and you're telling me, oh yeah, let's go in there with 4 guys.
All right. You want to hear how I did that? Listen to this. Okay, I went and I saved the Jango team for last. The Jango team was clocked at like 289 lead, so I went in there with Rex, Nest, and Thrawn. Win. They didn't even take a turn. Greedo countered once.
Yeah, but when they don't put Greedo in there, and instead they put L337, or they put Nest in there.
L3 was in there. It was Jango lead, L3, 88, Zam, and Greedo.
No, but
didn't even
if they
take a
put
turn.
Bosk in there instead, I'm saying if they put Jango, if they put the Jango, and they put a Bosky in there, and then they put now you got double taunt. Then they put both Boba and
his lead too.
And then they put both Boba and the Jango in there. Yeah, good luck with that. It's a little bit harder.
Science.
When they throw them off by 1 or 2 tunes, when it's not like the OP team and it's not modded OP, yeah, you can get it every time.
Yeah. A couple of my matches today, my opponent didn't have the mods for sure, but he put down a really solid defense though. So.
Bye-bye.
See? Easy, squeezy, lemon peasy. I'm so glad Shadow's here. I feel so much better.
Me too.
He's like a warm blanket.
I feel better. So much better.
No, Grande. Stop it.
All right, what's the next hardest team?
Wait.
I'm thinking it's the Bosk team, right?
3,
yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Bosk.
Okay.
Bosque. Who you want to go in there with? I'm thinking you're gonna go in there with troopers, right?
We could. I could go in there with troopers.
Don't do it.
Man, CLS. You know CLS is gonna work. So let's just do it.
Let's
and
go
you've
with
got
what
the
we
team,
know.
and this
Yeah.
is.
But I like to keep R2 for my JTR team. So I will go. Where's my damn rebels? Get over here, damn rebels. What you doing over there?
See, I always take JTR versus Bosk.
You want to go
well, I was thinking he could. I was thinking, JTR against Bosk would work, and then we could use CLS against Crew. That's actually not a bad
CLS
choice.
against the troopers because the troopers have that turn meter gain.
I'm going to use my troopers against his troopers.
Man, he's going to whoop the troopers' butt, man.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the troopers. Okay. So you like JTR versus the Bosk? Okay, let me.
That's right.
Okay, so Shadowville has spoken. Does the council?
So let it be written.
So does the council agree with his decision?
But, yep, just like that.
So let it be written. So let it be done. And we go.
And while you're fighting, I will get to questions since Finn bailed.
You better not have bailed.
He bailed.
You've got to be kidding me.
And we got a lot of questions.
Thanks. I'm glad you're here, Grim. You make it where I don't have to do jack. I appreciate it.
And that helps with the first question. What else? 73. A for a fort. Grande.
A for a fort. Yeah, he's talking about how we spell epiphany. I'm guessing that's what he's talking about.
No, that's how you spell effort with an A.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next one from Deadpool Kyle. Question, Grande. Will you name your next kid Epiphany?
No, I think I already answered that.
Yeah.
My next kid will be named Evil Knievel 2. Because, the first one's name is Evil Knievel. Be named second coming of Evil Knievel. Go ahead. Next question.
Okay, next question from What Else 73. What's a better set for Snow Trooper, offense or crit damage?
I'd go with crit damage. I mean, you want offense secondaries. I'd definitely put an offense cross on it.
There's a follow-up question. Does it say physical damage or special damage in the kit? Crit damage for physical. Crit damage for physical.
It's physical
damage. Special.
It's physical damage.
Yeah. So crit damage. Yeah. Crit damage. Yeah.
Okay. Next one from Sith Lord 72 for the panel. With Disney resurrecting Lucasfilm games, should we be concerned about the future of swgoh? The contract runs in 2023, but would Disney cancel their contract early? No.
I don't think so. I think they're gonna.
Disney won't. Yeah.
They're making EA is paying them so much money for the license.
Yeah.
That Disney, unless EA really did something bad, Disney's not going to cancel it. And by bad,
they're trying to make this last as long as
genocide.
possible.
They think of what.
All right, I got a phone call real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll continue on with GA.
They think of what CG is doing is similar to like how they license the toys. One company does not make all the toys, so one company doesn't have to make all of the games either, right? And so you can have you can contract out with multiple companies to do this service, even if they're in a competing space. And especially if someone's paying you good money for the license, and because there's probably two things. There's probably a fee for the license to be able to use it, and then there's also a profit percentage on top of that. So as long as they're getting a good return on their investment, they're going to keep letting them go right ahead and rebuy the license and redo everything. This is not an exclusive deal by any means, right? I mean, it's just there's not enough. There's no reason to have that exclusivity like that. Next question.
Okay. Next question from Tim Bedard.
Spaceman Tim.
Would it be to have crit damage secondaries on mods?
That'll never happen. We're not going to have crit damage secondaries on mods. You only get crit damage in one spot. I mean, they are the guys that are working on the mods are very keen to not want to change this. Mods are like runes in other games. If any of you guys have ever played any of these other games with runes, you can very easily break the game, break what's happening if you make the runes too powerful. You really can. I've seen it happen in so many games. So that's the reason why they're really careful about exactly what they put in. And when you think about it, what was the reason for Mods 2.0? The reasons for Mods 2.0 was to balance the stats we already have, right? They already knew crit damage was just fine where it was. what they wanted to balance was offense and defense, and make them, and tenacity and crit avoidance, and make it to where we actually considered on some characters putting something else besides protection and speed, where the name of the game was not, oh, just throw more protection and throw more speed on them and that'll be fine. I mean, think about it. Before Mods 2.0, how many times did we ever recommend anything else that wasn't speed and protection? Sometimes we'd recommend potency a little bit, but that was about it. We would never recommend tenacity, really. We would never recommend crit avoidance. I mean, it was very rare. I would tell, people were talking about selling all their crit avoidance arrows. And Infinity, I'd be like, well, there's 3 characters that could use them, right? It was like accuracy arrows. Everyone's like, oh, sell all your accuracy arrows. And Infinity and I were like, well, actually, there's like 4 characters that could use an accuracy arrow. And everybody's like, well, yeah, you could do that if you wanted to, but nobody would really recommend it. And now there's probably 20 characters that we would recommend crit avoidance or accuracy on instead of what they have. So the entire reasoning mods are probably not going to change again. Plus, they just, 6 months ago or less, right? Fixed. Maybe it was a little bit longer than 6 months ago. Maybe it was more like 9 months ago is when they fixed mods. But it's my guess is they're not going to revisit that again for another 12 months.
Science.
Anyway.
That's science.
All right, next question.
That's science, Grande.
Next question.
All right, let's get back to some GA.
Okay, next question from Think Hyrel. For the Brown Gandalf, what are your predictions for Resistance Season 2?
Oh, man, we are going to... I think... so, for those of you who don't know, there's a cartoon on the Disney Network called Star Wars Resistance. And Thane Kyrell and I have really been watching this. We have a spoilers channel on the RSG Discord. It is the only currently weekly produced Star Wars product coming out of Disney. And a couple of things that I'm really surprised about is we haven't gotten any merchandise from it yet. I'm really surprised we haven't started to see merchandise. But, they didn't merchandise Rebels very well either. Star Wars Rebels has not been merchandised well, in my opinion. They want to merchandise the movies, but for whatever reason, they're not merchandising the cartoons. For those of you who don't know, it's taking place. It kind of takes place before, I guess, before The Force Awakens a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got Poe Dameron in it. It's got BB-8 and the new characters that you haven't ever seen before.
Kylo Ren. Is Kylo Ren in it? Kylo Ren.
No, Kylo Ren is not in it.
It's pretty amazing. You want to see his lightsaber?
Kylo Ren is not in it.
No. He'll show you the dark side.
But I'm going to tell you, I think it's a really amazing show. We're starting to get where we really like some of these characters. Gosh, what could they do? They had a really huge, awesome cliffhanger in last week's episode, the end of season 1. The sky's the limit, man, on what they can do with it now. The sky is literally the limit. They opened that thing up. They cracked it wide open, man. They cracked it wide open, Thane. Thane got super excited. He saw it before me, and he was like, "Have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it?" And I'm like, "Not yet, man." And then when I saw it, and I was like, "Oh man, that's the coolest way to end season 1." Like they just basically expanded it to the point where almost any storyline is now possible, and it's all canon Star Wars stuff now.
It is.
And we could get anything. We could get Thane Tyrell's favorite group. We could get the Eternal Twins. All
right, Grande, you're on a timeout. You did not have to say that. No, you're on a timeout. Stop talking. Stop talking.
We could get anything. You know what we could? You know what would really be cool? What would really be cool is we could get some kind of a connection between Star Wars Resistance, the TV show, and Star Wars Rebel, the TV show. And like at the ending of how Star Wars Rebels ended, they could somehow tie in this Resistance one with the Rebels one. That would be so freaking sweet, dude. Oh my gosh, that would be so sweet. So yeah, they've got some really sweet possibilities that I'm excited about anyway, and I know Thane's excited about it. And if anybody's not watched it yet, you set your DVR. It comes on the Disney Channel like
it is
Sunday
a pretty
nights
good show.
at 9 o'clock. Sunday night at 9 o'clock.
All right. Shadowville, what 5th rebel you want me to run here?
What time are you taking? I mean, what team are you going against?
You said to do this versus crew, right?
Oh, crew. You're doing CLS versus crew?
That's what you said, right?
I think that's a good choice, don't you, Shadow?
Yeah.
Xylo?
I take Chopper.
Okay, we'll take Chopper.
It takes a few minutes to get Xylo down at the end.
Get you a tank in there.
So we go
Cleanser and a tank.
That's perfect.
Okay.
You're going to kill it.
But yeah, that show is pretty good, Grande.
You like it? You like it
too? Yeah.
Okay.
It's on Monday
Did you
nights.
see
It's not Sunday.
For me, I thought it was on Sunday nights. It records on Sunday nights, and I watch it on Mondays. Yeah, like Sundays at 9 p.m. or something.
Oh.
I think it rebroadcasts on Monday nights.
That's probably what it is.
But anyway, yeah. So look, Shadow Val likes it. So Thane Kyrell, Grande Patron, and Shadow Val all agree this show's pretty freaking cool. It took a while for me to warm up to it. It took like 3/4 of a season. I was like, man, this is gonna be bunk. This is not gonna be great. But now I'm good with it.
Okay, next one from Darth Scion 1972. Could Finn stream? Finn's not here, unfortunately, but could Finn stream GA moving forward? It's nice to see what works, what doesn't work, and see what new theory crafting he tries. It would be helpful for us middle GP players. We will try to talk Finn into it.
We will work with. Yes, we will. It'll be clickbait AF, but yes, we will do it. All right, next question.
Next question from Thane Kyrell. Another one for Finn. Finn isn't here. Sorry, Thane. But let's put it to the panel instead of here. With capital ships on the near horizon, what are the chances that we will get a Chimera Gate with the requirements needed to unlock them?
Ranger, you might just want to put this on auto.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
it'll take a minute. It takes a while because, like, the first order gains health and protection back from negative status effects, and that's what this team's all about. So, it's gonna take a second.
I'm not worried about it.
It'll win. It's just like getting Nest down and like one-shotting her after her protection goes down in a sense. Except this is like constantly healing health and protection.
Is he gonna get it?
Yeah, he will. It's just waiting for Han to get a good one shot on him. It takes a minute. Even with 3PO, it takes a minute.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll take a minute. He keeps every time he takes a move and you take a move, he's regaining health and protection.
This doesn't look like it's going well.
Put it on auto basic.
You have to go into the settings. Auto battle. Let it choose between. Select option.
Okay, next question from Dojison. If your arena team were Pokemon, who would GMY be? Revan, ETC?
I'm intrigued on this freaking battle here because I didn't anticipate this.
I try to tell you.
I'm not worried about it, but
it's because you see, like, when he's taking that extra damage, it's like negative 27. It's like it's not doing anything, but then every time you hit him, he's getting a lot of health and protection back.
And the auto basic's not working because now C-3PO's not doing anything.
Well, now just put it on auto, just regular auto. That's at that point, it's going to play it smarter than you will and faster.
No, not basic, regular.
It's
not auto, like
auto,
the left,
auto,
the left,
auto.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's going to time out. So this is why you don't use CLS team.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 streams back on my channel, dude, I ran into the same problem and barely got Kylo down in the last 2 minutes.
The problem is that this guy's Kylo is maybe a little bit more OP.
He's probably got it modded for like defense or tenacity, and it's just
it's
there.
not. I mean, it's just his kit.
You take less damage the more times you hit him before his next turn. That's the thing. He's like Zalbar. Eventually, he'll get down to where you're only doing like 100 damage to him.
Yeah,
this is why I think he might be this is why I think he might be the counter, or part of the counter for
Darth Revan. Yeah, I see that.
For Darth Revan.
That's why I use JTR versus that team.
That's why I typically go JTR versus crew.
Okay. Blame me.
All right.
Who do we got?
No. Look, this is a group effort, and besides, Finity's not here, so we blame Finity every time.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know this? We always blame Finn. We even have a hashtag for that.
I'd just throw in Night Sister Ghost and just put it on auto.
I don't really
Do you have the Omegas on Spirit?
No, I don't even have anything for her. Let's clear this other trash and we'll come back to this. Well, who do you want to use to finish up Kylo? I mean, good lord.
Rex Wampa.
No.
Really?
No way.
I mean, you need a damage output, and
he's
Ness
going
isn't
to
ramp up her damage in time. No, regardless whether he goes first, Rex is going to tenacity up, and then he'll start going.
Rex
you want to put a tank with him too.
Literally, just Rex and Wampa would probably do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, there's a stun in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But tenacity up. You can put a tank in there too, or V-Sis or something, a third.
What do you think?
Whatever
Shadowvale?
hodgepodge you want. To do IPD.
Okay, next question from Tangent Revolution. I just released my first swgoh video and was hoping he could get a shout out.
Okay, it's a revolution. We have a swgoh video. Go check it out.
Very nice. Absolutely, go check that out. Yeah, absolutely, guys. If Tangent's got a new video, by all means, let's put it out there.
Absolutely. I'll go take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what do we want to kill with who? Let's figure this out.
Dude, I would put Rex Wampa just for Phoenix. That's it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, here's the other thing too: is with Phoenix, he could still go in. You know, he could kill Phoenix with Zeta Finn team, right?
Nest.
I would use Zeta. Where's he using Zeta Finn at? Where's he using Zeta Finn at, though?
Ewoks.
You want to use Zeta Finn? Well,
I do it all the time.
So you're just trying to beat TM gain with TM gain. It'll work.
Yeah, and as long as you keep going after the exposes.
As long as you go after the exposes, and as long as your Poe is faster than their Paplu, when you add 25% to the speed.
Yeah, plus 25. Yeah. So I mean, look at his Paplu
turn meter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 25 speed, flat speed, isn't it?
No,
or 25% turn meter.
25% turn meter.
All right, so look at this Paplu's mods real quick.
Look at the Paplu mods. And look at his speed.
Yeah, he's got no speed on this. Let's see
this is probably going to be garbage sets.
Yeah, you win.
Oh, you win. Okay.
You can go
Zeta, Finn, and Poe.
Finn. Yeah, you can go Finn, Trooper, and Pilot, and Poe. Just those 4.
Yeah. Just put 4. We're again and the 4s, man.
Stop
I don't know.
Go check out the streams, bro.
Put them on, bro. Put it with. Yeah. Well, we just screwed up on his Kylo Ren, okay, by saying let's.
No, I said don't do that. I said don't do that, and look what happened. I said don't do it. Sorry,
I said why not.
I didn't mean to say it like that.
Hey, why are we not putting in Rose?
Because she's not geared, man.
Well, then put in.
You can do Holdo.
Sidious.
Your Holdo's geared.
Put in Sidious.
You use Holdo and JTR though.
Yeah, because exposed.
Don't you use Cassian in that team all the time?
Or put Cassian on that team.
He's on defense.
Oh yeah.
No, that's Dooku. There you go.
All right.
Knock it out of the park.
Go get him.
Go get him, Tiger.
If there's a kill order too, Elder than Logray, just because the Logray gets that days off, it makes it more of a pain for the
now
team.
shooting gallery the crap out of that.
Okay, next question, RSG Vormax. What if instead of Q mod set bonus to a stat, they release new mod sets that add a special ability like Thrawn Lead or Giantite Revan to the equipped tune?
I like that. I remember one time, like when we were like making up our own theory crafting for like Jedi Luke, I was like, add a buff for like Return of the Jedi for like a Jedi leader. You know what I mean? Like the extra ability. I would like to see more of those too.
It could be. That would be interesting to say the least.
Like give some offense buffs to Jedi and like a cleanse and gives them another ability.
Okay. Hey Grande, you down to do the rest of the questions? Because I do have to leave. I have to go get ready for work.
Oh, I don't even know how to work Nightbot.
They're in the RSG crew chat on Discord.
Oh, you posted them in the crew chat? Okay,
yeah.
Hold on. Hello, where is it? Oh, dang. Here we go. Crew chat.
The last one
Scroll
was
down.
the RSG Vormax with the smiley face sunglasses.
I got it. So the next one here is Darth Scion,
Okay.
1972.
Okay,
1972. Hey, see you later, Grant. 1972. That's a great year, Darth Scion. Question: would RSG be willing to make an update video on mods? It would be helpful to make a video on mod slicing, modding characters, and how to determine which mods are best on whom. Yes, Finity and I have talked about this multiple times that we need to do some more modding videos where we talk about stuff. I totally agree. Talon Lee, question: do we know if when Sith Empire characters gain ferocity, is each stack considered a debuff or is it a single debuff? Probably each stack is a new debuff, but I don't know if I really know the answer to that question. I think it's a great question.
Well, the ones that layer like that, it's technically one buff, even though like say for example like you have like 5 stacks of blades or like 5 dots.
Like 10 health downs, right? Or 10 dots.
It's if they're stacked like that, it's considered one debuff. They're stacking on
Are you
that
sure?
debuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're sure? Okay,
Positive.
I'm not
Positive.
sure, but you're sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. What do we want to kill next here?
So how are we dealing with Xylo is the question, because you can go Rex Wampa on the Phoenix team, but you need something to kill Xylo for sure.
I've got Palpatine, Thrawn, Vader. I got a bunch of stuff I could use against him.
Well, we want something that'll keep him from regenerating health again.
Well, doesn't
or
Shock do
a
that?
high DPS right away. Shock, yeah, but he'll still be able to go, I think.
You need something with a lot of. We need like high DPS, man.
So let's just go Rex Wampa and a tank, and then we'll save EP for the.
He's totally right. Like,
where's your
Wampa
IPD?
And a tank.
I could put IPD in there as well. So.
Yeah,
well,
Rex
but
Wampa.
IPD's not doing a ton except for just like doing the target lock dispel, right?
Yeah, and he has the expose on his basic, so he's going to heal back the extra health and protection from that.
So I'm not really sure.
Just a tank, yeah.
Wait, where's Chirrut and Baze?
They're on defense.
But what's your gear level for Spirit?
It's like 6 or something like that. It's not even.
He could throw.
Not even.
I don't think she's good enough.
No,
man.
she needs the Omega on the.
Yeah, she has the Omega. That's all you need.
I don't have that. I just. Wait.
What about Rex?
What am I gonna do?
Like Rex Wampa Stormtrooper. I mean, doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, just find a tank in there.
Rex Wampa, freaking Stormtrooper Han.
Well, we're not going to use Shore Trooper at this point, so let's use Shore Trooper. He's an auto taunter and he can heal.
Perfect, Shore Trooper. Excellent choice.
Well, Actually, do you have Sith Trooper in your pocket too, Ranger?
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't see Sith Trooper.
No, I don't. He's not. So.
Okay, let's put Sunfac in there because he's gonna get 100% turn meter from Rex anyways.
Sunfac.
And then that's perfect. Yeah, because he'll debuff on basic.
Yeah.
And you taunt with him right away.
Yeah, Rex, Wampa, Sunfac. I love that.
All right.
You just let Wampa ramp up his damage, and then he'll end up one-shotting him at one point.
Yep. It's gonna take a while, but it'll work eventually.
Boom! 20 seconds. Awesome.
We ready for the next question?
Yeah, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me go back to it.
Go to your offensive teams too, Ranger. Sorry, go ahead, Grande.
So the next question we've got is from Tim. Question: simplify the names of the two reverends. Can we call them JKR and DR Devin? No, we're not going to call him or Devin. No, we're not.
No, and then like Devin. McMull's been calling him Kevin and everything. Like it's Darth Revan, dude. Yeah, it's Darth Revan, bro. Come on.
Let's call him Kevin and Devin. Which one are you using? That's my brother Daryl. This is my brother Daryl. My other brother Daryl.
Oh gosh.
That's all I can think of whenever I think of that. This is my brother Daryl. And my other brother Daryl.
So let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, we're gonna call him Kevin and Devin. Yeah.
So real quick, Ranger, let's go Troopers against Phoenix, and then we'll go EP with Nest against Troopers.
Don't go Troopers against Phoenix. Are you crazy?
Yeah, Troopers will smoke Phoenix.
No, they don't. Are you nuts?
What? Okay.
All the counters and stuff. Are you nuts?
It's probably not going to work out real well. Troopers against Phoenix.
I mean, I would go Palpatine and then go Troopers versus
that's
Troopers.
A much better choice.
Yes.
Palpatine is a much better choice.
Oh my god.
That's a much better choice. That's a much better choice. Yes, I agree. Much better choice. You're right. Yes. Yeah, you gotta do that.
I could put Thrawn on there.
Oh yeah.
Thrawn
they're
and
done then. They're done.
I'll go Roll Guard.
Yeah. That's gonna be an easy smoke 'em team. You got it.
All right, next question.
Oh wait, that's on me, isn't it? Hold on. Next question is follow up Sweet Tweet's question. Why are you guys watching Metaverse? Do you guys hate your brain cells? That doesn't make any sense. Next question for the panel from Thane.
I know why he's saying. I know why he's saying that.
I'm not doing the next question for Ranger.
What? It has Turtle Twins on it?
No, it doesn't. So, you've been on the record as saying that Rogue One is your favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever read the novelization of Rogue One? If not, I highly recommend it to you. Have you read the novelization?
No, I have not. I haven't had a lot of time to read, but we'll definitely check it out. Yeah, I have not. Apparently if you recommend it, yeah.
He's saying it's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Captain Obvious. Should I focus on farming Sith Assassin and Sith Trooper? If I'm able to unlock Derp Revan.
Derpity
derp. Yeah, man, focus on it.
Yeah, why not?
Focus on them if you're able to unlock it. What else? 73. What do you think? The 2 zones version sucks more since there's no mystery to the 4 zones. Absolutely, I think 2 zones sucks. I think it's a very bad idea.
What do you think of is Shadowville still there?
Shadowval, you still here?
Did we lose Shaddy?
Yeah, I was on mute. Sorry.
How do you feel about the old 2 zones reveal everything?
4 zones.
It kind of takes all the mystery out of it.
That's right. That's why we were. Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
I mean, it's. I mean, I guess it's cool to see like everything that they have, but on the floor, on the other end of me trying to kind of play strategically, it kind of
playing checkers
throws it out the
instead
window.
of chess, right?
Exactly.
It's like playing checkers instead of chess. I don't particularly care for it. I think you're right. I don't like it at all. What do you think, Ranger Roo?
It takes the strategery out of it, right? So you can't just you don't know what's there. It's like this is just a straight up mano y mano, your best versus their best, whatever you put down.
Totally agree.
The other ones you have to kind of think about it and attack more. You have to be a little bit more defensive in how you attack and who you use and really think about it more. There's less thinking with this. This is just who's got the better roster and who can use their characters better. Like us using CLS against First Order will never happen again. Ever.
That's been ingrained in the memory banks, hasn't it?
So, but yeah, I think that it's more straight in your face. It's just there's nothing
in your face.
In your face, Mo Fracky.
In your face.
But like how have Grande, like how have your opponents been? Like has it been kind of?
My opponents typically what happens is the first one seems like they're really tough, right? I always end up fighting like the guy that ends up winning the whole daggum thing in the first match. And so I kind of usually I lose the first one and then I win the second two. That's like the epiphany of what happens to me. That's yes, I did say epiphany when it wasn't needed. It's because I felt like it. But that's been typically what happens.
Derpity derp derp derp.
Is that I lose the first one and then I win the second two. How about you, Shadow? How's it been for you?
It kind of goes the same way, but like this time, it's weird. I mean, they just basically, I don't know if I'm fighting somebody that's just like a collector because like they put like Jawas and just like all these like low end teams.
But it doesn't look like it was auto done, right? I mean, it looks like they physically went in and placed those groups. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, they look like they placed them, but I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I think their hardest team that they had was Treya, but I mean, it wasn't even like
it wasn't even that hard. They see, everybody's a little different, right? On what
but
they
I mean, where we are in the game, I mean, I'm almost at 5 mil. Like I'm at 4.95, and it's like I would think that these would be a little harder. Again,
right? We've talked about it before. Some guys, I mean, some really well-known people don't even do it at all. They don't even try. I mean, I've gone up against people set no defenses, none, and you're like, what? Come on, man. So, everybody. I've gone up against them. They set a defense and they never once attack on offense, and you're like, what? How do you?
Yeah, I've had that a lot, like where they set their defense and they never attack.
Yeah, and you're just like, what's going on here? Yeah, there's some strangeness as far as some people like playing and some people, I guess, just really don't. I mean, if you think about it, the rewards you get every time whether you win or lose, are not bad, and when you get all the way down to the end, it kind of doesn't matter, right?
I mean, they're not bad if you don't get last place.
It's not terrible. Yeah, I mean, as long as you. But like, if you didn't get last. But here's the thing: even last place rewards are not terrible. They're not terrible. So, I mean, it's fine. It's whatever.
Science.
It's okay. I mean, it's better than not joining, right? I mean, everyone's like, I can't believe so and so didn't. I mean, if you're trying to play the law of averages, right? Join and then do the bare minimum and collect your rewards. I mean, joining and setting defenses once is basically like zeroing a raid, right? We can get all bent out of shape about some guy like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He didn't do his raids, But hey, at least he zeroed, so he got something, right?
Derp, yeah. Derp.
That's all we're saying.
I blame Finn.
You blame Finn?
Yeah, I blame Finn.
All right, I think we're done. That's all the question.
No more questions?
No more questions.
Wow. Could have sworn we had more questions, but I guess not.
Well, that's all. That's all.
I got a question for Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I got a question for Ranger.
Yes.
On the whole Darth Revan situation, are you going to gear up Trooper and who is it? Aqua? What's her name?
Assassin.
Darth Bastila?
Assassin. Yeah.
Well, okay, so I can show you on the screen. So I mean, Trooper was already gear 12 a long time ago because I was using it with the trade team, right? So you can see my Trooper's 12. Assassin's 10. I could easily take her 11, 12 easy. I'm going to wait and see. I always do that. I always wait and see what plays out before I start making that kind of investment, which is something I caution everybody to do. It's
oh yeah.
You know, I mean, it's I want to see what plays out before I start going all in on a team. Once the team's established, then I'll go all in. So I want to see what shakes out from the new.
And it's probably not the team that they recommend.
No, it never. It really isn't. I mean, you go back and look at the Jedi Knight Revan team. It was like, I don't think that's the team that ended up being used, was it?
I'm thinking there's typically one or two characters they've got wrong.
Yeah, they've recommended like Ezra, and I think Ezra was the only one that was wrong in that lineup. Ezra and Hermione, actually, I don't know, I'm not 100%. I know Ezra is in there for a fact, though.
Yeah, so typically they get it wrong.
Let me see if there's any questions.
So my guess is they get it wrong.
See, because I'm working on a session right now, and I'm like, should I even
keep going? Deal,
wait.
I would just wait, man.
Yeah, just wait.
No, I mean, we wait a week or two, we get it, right?
Yeah, but you know me. I have to get everybody to at least gear 11.
Well, look, I mean, getting them to gear 11, get them, because they're a pilot or because of whatever. Okay, go ahead.
What was the last question you read, Grande? From who?
The last one I read was from What Else about how do I like the two zones only. Ooh, I didn't pick that up.
What, did we go miss some questions or?
I skipped a bunch because I skipped questions. I was editor because I'm the editor. Read the questions I skipped, man.
I don't know which ones I'm just seeing a bunch that were. What's his name? Left off. So he left off at Bormax's question. That question got read. Scion's got read. Talon Lee's got read. Tim Burton or Talon Lee, Tim Burton, Spaceman Tim.
Yep. Whose question didn't get read? We had like 4 questions from Thane Tyrell. I think I read 2 of them because 2 of them were kind of awkward.
They are awkward, but I actually will respond to this because I've been getting hit with this a lot. So one of them I will read. I just lost it. What are your thoughts on Operation Metaverse Rant that they did this week on stream on Urza's stream to get Darth Revan? Well, I think I speak for all of us, Grande. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I disagree with what Metaverse said. I've said this before. I remember when Cubs got Jedi Knight Revan people donated. Person's channel is a person's
same
channel.
Thing happened.
Yeah, person's channel is a person's channel. If people want to give them money for them to get stuff, what's wrong with it? So I did watch Urzatron's stream yesterday. It's Water Under the Bridge. The only time I will ever speak up against anybody in the community is if they say or do something amoral. Other than that, the rest is just immaterial.
But asking somebody for money when you basically make a stream, I mean, we're all doing that.
Yeah, I mean,
we're all doing that. Yeah. We are all asking for money somehow.
Yeah,
I mean, and so the fact that Urzatron is asking for it for his account.
Yeah, people want to give it. That's their right.
We ask for a different reason, but
yeah, it doesn't really matter.
To say that our reason is better than his, yeah. I think that's I personally think it's better.
Yeah, you got to break it down this way too, right? Like he worked to get his subscribers, and then they come in and they do what they want with their money, and he works for that. You know what I mean? Like he puts in a lot of work for that. And I watched that stream.
He puts on a good show, man.
Yeah,
and let's be honest,
all the time.
He puts on a good show, and if someone is laughing their butt off, and they're happy, and they want to basically pay him the same amount that they give to Netflix because they get more enjoyment out of Urzatron than they do out of Netflix. What's wrong with that? So they gave him $8 or $10. and that 8 or 10, and that $8 or $10 means that next month they get to have more funny crap.
Yeah.
As the guy says.
Well,
that,
and
to me,
not
that's
even
probably
just
a
that,
good.
too,
That's probably a relatively decent use. Yeah, that's probably a relatively good use of $8 or $10.
And in the fact that he, like, for example, he was on the road last night. He wasn't even at home, and he still had a great show. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome.
Exactly.
He doesn't need all the extra features, but he does that for you guys, for the viewers.
Listen, if a YouTuber, I mean, PewDiePie makes millions of dollars, doing all kinds of stuff on his channel. They start off doing gaming. There are other huge gaming channels and stuff. But I mean, it's fine. I mean, they had a problem with it. We don't. It is a disagreement. I would say, the thing is,
I'm not going to judge anybody.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm in no position to judge. The only time I'll ever speak up is
we've spoken up when someone's been rude or disrespectful to someone else.
Right. That's the only time.
That's
when something gets up. But
we've gotten upset.
They disagree with that, and that's okay. I'll leave that between Urza and them. I mean, that's for them to work out. As far as Urza is concerned, he's water under the bridge, and he said he'll have a drink with him in the hall. Get him a couple lap dances. I'm cool with it. So,
yeah.
So it's totally cool.
It could have also been blown way out of proportion, right?
It could have been. I haven't seen it.
I didn't see the first comment.
Yeah.
I didn't see the second comment.
Sure.
I mean,
I got this secondhand. I haven't gone back and researched everything either. So, the only time I have a problem with that is just, I don't. I think that it's something that shouldn't really be aired, either. So, but I think it's not that big a deal. But you'll never see us. I do Ranger rants, but I do Ranger rants, and I do specifically when I call out something, it's because I feel it is, it's always been about with the community and about what I think is intrinsically wrong.
I also don't ever remember you doing a Ranger rant against a specific individual.
No, I'll never do that.
Typically, it's typically.
People have their favorites and stuff, and there's competition. But our viewpoint is for the entire community. I love all those guys. Some people like others more than others, and I have my favorites too. So, but if Mobile and Arnold ever asked me to do something, I would. I mean, they have their own channel, they have their own ways of doing things, and they have their own content. Some people like us, some people don't. And, I mean, it's all about taste, but. Irregardless of whether you like something or not, you can respect a person for what they're doing. You may not agree with it, and as long as it's not done, again, amorally, then I don't have any problem with it, and I'll support anybody that's doing whatever they're trying to do, because I know in being a YouTuber that it's really hard. Trying to do stuff for the community, and it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. People see it in our pre-streams about us setting stuff up for you guys to enjoy the content they put out. It's a lot of work.
And the pre-stream doesn't even start in the beginning. I mean, we're talking about it for like half a day.
Right. I'm usually, me and Finn are starting at 5 p.m. sometimes.
Noon. Yeah,
noon. Like, what are we doing?
Or
it's a lot
in
of
the morning.
work.
We're like, what's the agenda? Let's make an agenda. Let's get it on. And I'm like,
yeah, like the scheduling in general, and like making the time, and like if you have a free life too. Like I got a son that's almost a year and a half, and like I like to make videos and do the streams, but like real life comes first, and it's hard to prioritize all that to. Make time
it's a tough gig, but we love Urz to death. We love Operation Metaverse to death. I mean, yeah. So. I hope everything's
Mommy and
clear.
Daddy are fighting, so the children aren't going to say a thing.
Yeah, F you, Grande.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, for us, we don't get involved with that stuff. We just don't.
Nah.
We never do. My policy is, and the rest of the crew know this: if you bring drama anywhere in the channel and stuff, we just get rid of you.
We're not interested.
I'm not even interested, so don't care. But I'll let them work it out. They're grown-ups. They're good people. I think they can get it hashed out and maybe, get things squared away. So it's so I'm just seeing if there's
we just sit back and relax and we can speculate and watch everything
is
from
there
outside
anybody
the box.
else's questions I forgot to read?
There's some more that popped in. There's a lot that popped in, man. Boy, God,
I put a bunch of them in the crew chat.
I know, but
I read
I'm trying
all.
to get through these dojos, son. You guys didn't even answer my question. I don't see.
Which one is Doja Sun's question?
He said, question, if your routine were Pokemon, who would GMY be? Revan, etc.? Pikachu? I don't know. Jesus Christ. I'm not a big Pokemon person, so I'm not the best person to follow in that. Pokemon, collect
I love how people get so upset. You didn't read my question. And then we read their question, and it's kind of a silly one.
It's a silly question.
So which Pokemon would good old Maurice be? That was the question?
No, which Pokemon would Grandmaster Yoda be? Revan,
oh, Grandmaster Yoda.
I don't know. I don't know Pokemon enough to answer that. So.
He would be... He flies around. Grandmaster Yoda flies around a lot on the screen, so I would probably go with Pidgeotto.
Okay, there you go. Jesus. Why do you know what that is?
My kids know that stuff. I'm not very good at it.
Think, Carell, what has been your favorite Grim ouchie moment? Mine was when they argued about Ships 2.0. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that one's my favorite too. That's hilarious.
It was fantastic.
that whole mega stream too, the RSG stream was hilarious too. I love that one.
All me question: what's the proper way to mod Night Sisters as a Rev counter for Territory Wars?
You're not going to get Night Sisters to counter.
No,
not unless they're not well modded.
No. So
yeah, it's going to be a totally garbage. It's going to be a totally garbage.
Helenix wants to know: am I a bad person for having so much fluff? I mean, not me per se. Totally ask for a friend. Totally. Helenix, you're a bad person.
You just got to become Fluffy the Vampire Slayer. Right?
Yeah, there you go. Tylo Man 92 question: what's the ideal speed for Bosk and Nest for non-Revan teams?
What's the ideal speed for Bosk and Revan?
No.
The Bosk and who?
Bosk and Nest for non-Revan teams.
Well,
Nest, I mean, you want to get her at least above 280. Bosk, you want in the 260 range. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, my Bosk is 300. I like him in like the 290.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying minimum.
That
you can go way higher. Yeah,
that
you
means
can go
you have
way
to use
higher.
something like JTR Thrawn for sure on that.
I'm saying for typical average minimum that you have to have.
Yeah,
that
like 260, 270 is good, but you can push 280, 300. If you go 60, 300 for sure.
Because when Boss gets to that level, that means troopers cannot outspeed him, and that means you can't use troopers against him. So that's kind of where you want to go with that. And the Nest, there's Nest. I mean, what more do you need to say?
The Houndstooth, you're going to end up putting 60 mods on him for the Houndstooth anyways. So max that speed out. Aim for some good tenacity too. Like I got 105% tenacity.
If someone's 60, if someone is doing 60 mods, we are going to tell them to put 60 mods on their boss for their ships. So yeah, they're going to almost by osmosis, end up with kind of a speedy boss, at least in the beginning.
Yeah, because like, all right, you get tenacity and speed from his leadership too after the contract, right? So like, just speed and tenacity mod secondaries. Oh man, like I got mine at 105% tenacity, 300 speed, and like he's crazy. I love boss.
I am going to tell you though, at some point with these mods, as quickly as we're getting 60 mods, at some point, you're probably going to end up looking at your roster going, dang, I need to take more of these B mods to A.
Yeah,
I've noticed that again.
Oh yeah, totally.
For another time, I'm sitting there looking at it going, you know, these mods are nice, but I'm looking at some of my B's and C's again going...
They could be better.
Yeah. Like, I'm slicing grays and greens right now. Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, man, you know, if that mod hit speed one more time, or that mod hit offense one more time, or I forgot I had C mods on my Hermit Yoda, you know? Maybe I should level those up to A's and then 6E them instead of what I'm doing.
All right.
Well, I'm holding up those mod salvage for the top tier mods, like anything for like blue and up. I'm holding on to those for a little bit for like Darth Revan's team, and then like I've been slicing grays and greens and looking for those 10, 11 speeds, and they're rounding up already. I'll tell you, like I got a 16 speed today too. So.
All right, the last couple questions, knocking out. Kane77, I have a hot topic, Gear 12 Zeta, HK47, Gear 11, Garth 10, Johanny and Candace at Gear 8. Do you think I can beat the event as is? I have gear saved and 5 Zetas ready to go. I think you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, same.
Can't touch this question. Just want to give you another question that really isn't a question. Thank you. Talon Lee, how much health and protection would bounty hunters get back when Darth Revan uses his Force Storm? Don't know. We have to play around with it. Maybe none, because let's say you're doing... Oh, God. But then you're giving them much turn meter, so...
We need to get Revan in our hands first, yeah.
And I think that's it. So that's as far as I'm going to take it. So we're going to end the stream there. That being said, thank you so much, guys, for being here. Make sure you subscribe, like the channel, all that good stuff. Check out our Patreon. We really appreciate all our Patreon supporters. So really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. A little bit longer stream, but we like to do it. Who are these scrubs hitting me in arena? I'm going to have to start making my climb and teach them a lesson. I'm just kidding. They're not scrubs. But yeah, thanks for joining us today. Remember, tomorrow we'll be doing the same thing. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Tonight, remember, we've got Tactical Monsters. I'll try to be on I should be on the missed stream. So yeah. So with that, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. We'll holler at you later. Peace.